25 corrections officers from the South Carolina Department of Corrections were the first in the nation to go through a training program on how to handle mentally ill inmates. The officers are training with U.S. Department of Justice. It comes after a judge ruled the Department of Corrections does not properly care for mentally ill inmates. Even with the training, News 19's Dakari Turner found some are saying more needs to be done.
The scenarios that they played out were very, very similar to what we deal with on an everyday basis.
John McClean and Lieutenant Ephraim Jennings are both corrections officers with the state's Department of Corrections. They are among 25 corrections officers trained in a program based on standards set by the Federal Bureau of Prisons.
Talk, intervention, as far as talking to the inmates, calm them down. We take 2 steps back before we take 2 steps forward.
It's not as cut and dry as yes and no.
The training comes after a January ruling in favor of around 3,500 mentally ill inmates that sued the state's Department of Corrections. A judge ruled inmates in the department's care were given a lack of basic mental health care, something he says the agency has known about for years.
We needed to train our officers in how to interact better with mental health patients, mental health inmates.
More than 20,000 inmates are housed in the state's prisons. The Corrections Department identifies about 3,000 of them as mentally ill. However, the judge wrote the department's mental health program is substantially understaffed, something Corrections Director Brian Sterling says he's worked to fix since being confirmed for the post in February.
We've also reviewed people that are in administrative segregation. We've actually let a number of folks that were in administrative segregation out, and they're getting the treatment they need.
Well, obviously this is a drop in the bucket compared to what actually needs to happen, but every bit of progress we're positive about.
The National Alliance of Mental Illness helped organize the lawsuit. The advocacy group plans to offer 40 corrections officers further training in the fall. The Corrections Department says many of the officers trained in the program will be posted at a new self-injurious behavioral unit at the end of the month. Dakari Turner, News 19, WLTX.
The Department of Corrections is appealing the judge's ruling on treatment of inmates to the state Supreme Court. Both parties in the lawsuit are currently in confidential mediation and expect to have a plan to address some of the issues in the lawsuit by the end of the summer.